Hello, YouTube. Skippy here, coach of the Steel City Surge, back for week 2 of WPF Season 3. We are taking on Soulblaze this week, and we do see Terra Water Iron Bundle this week, as well as Tornadus, Regieleki, Glow King, Cryogonal, and Trevenant makes an appearance. Interesting. I did not expect to see Trevenant at all. No Tinkaton is something to take note, as well as no Infernape, so Choppleberry on Darkrai is not looking as good. 2 Rapid Spinners, as well as a Spin Blocker, something to keep in mind there. It's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Also, no Gligar, so it is Terra Water Bundle. Feeling pretty good about that. We're going to go ahead and lock in here. Rotom Wash is always our lead. Best of luck to Soulblaze this week. Trevenant lead. Okay. Now, this is... I didn't see if it... I don't think it's Frisk. I didn't see Frisk. Now, with Trevenant being the lead here, definitely does not outspeed us unless he's max... like, nearly max speed. How much would an Adamant Horn Leech do to us? I was not expecting Trevenant to show up at all this week. Adamant Max Attack Horn Leech does roughly half to us. What does he want to go with this? He could go with a special move. He could go for Trick or Toxic. I kind of just want to go for a swap. I'm gonna Volt Switch though. No, we're gonna hard swap into London. He can't really do much to us. He does get some psychic moves, but I don't think it does anything. I think it's a Harvest Berry. I think it's Harvest Citrus. Does go for Horn Leech. 320 to 280. Also, no Roaring Moon, so London is a little bit more expendable. Does have Horn Leech. Horn Leech did down to 280 on Wheezing. So that is 12%. That's roughly in line with Max Attack Adamant. That's a low roll. We can go for a Toxic Spikes if we wanted to. I kind of feel like I want to Haze though, because the amount of support this thing gets, or not Haze, a Taunt. Do we outspeed this? 156. We definitely outspeed no speed investment, so I feel like going for a Taunt is probably good, especially on a switch in. So we're gonna go for Taunt. He does swap. What does he swap into on here? Goes into Dock. Okay, taunting the Glow King is huge on a switch in. That is huge. It cannot Chilly Reception. That is huge. Let me go into Cyclizar. Do we want to go into Rotom? I like Cyclizar a little bit more because we can get some Regenerator off. He cannot Toxic us either, so he has to go for an attack or swap. So we're going to go into Spyro, and we can knock off whatever he wants to go into. He has to go for an attacking move. It's probably Psychic. Psychic is going to do maybe a quarter depending on investment. He does... I believe he does stay in. No, he does. He just hard swaps. Okay. He does hard swap. That makes me think he's not AV. There's an Venti. That's the Torn. Okay, we like this matchup. We like this matchup. Tornadus Therian. It is... I want to say it's a pivot, but if it's not a pivot, I think we're fine anyway. I'm going to knock off because we do outspeed a non-Scarf variant, and getting rid of whatever this thing's item is very crucial to the rest of this matchup for us. It does U-turn, so he has Scarf. Okay, that is Scarf Tornadus. Or it's max speed. No, it is definitely max speed. That is max speed Tornadus. That's fine. We get a knockoff onto something. I forgot. We are EV'd to not totally outspeed, but we do get a knockoff onto the Trevenant, so that's huge. This is going to be a lot of damage. It's a Colberberry variant. Interesting. Okay. Colberberry. And it is bulky. That is bulky. Also, Tornadus did down to 212 with U-turn. So it did 26%. That looks to be like Timid. Probably max speed Timid. And then Trevenant was Culverberry. So knockoff did... What is that? Roughly 26-ish, 27%. Okay. I don't like going for an Ice Spinner here. I feel like going for a U-turn is pretty free. What does this thing want to do to me? What does Trevenant get that can really hurt me? Probably Foul Play, maybe. I'm gonna U-turn. We bring it down to half. That's pretty good. But it's my switch into Trevenant here. I think Glow King is always my switch into Trevenant. It just makes so much sense. Goes for Willow, that's fine. If any mon was going to be statused, I would like it to be Glow King. We are a special set this week. It is Willow, that means it's probably Hex as well? Is it like a mixed set? That's interesting. Okay. I don't think I want to taunt here. I kind of want to... What do I want to do here? What do I want to do with Galarian Wheezing? I could Strange Steam. Strange Steam is going to do a decent chunk. But at the same time, I think Toxic Spikes might be pretty good here. I think getting up a layer of Toxic Spikes on a potential Glow King switch in. He stays out. We do outspeed, so it's not speed invested, it is bulk invested. This will tempt... It's Shadow Claw. Interesting. Okay. That's fine. We are not going to be getting a whole lot of HP back with London, but this will force... Doing that will force the Glow King in at some point to absorb those spikes, or it will force, like, Regieleki or Cryogonal even. I think Cryogonal is probably the better switch in for that, but I can go for a Strange Steam or a Taunt. I think I'm going to go for a Taunt here. We're going to go for a Taunt. Does stay in. It's fine. It's not going to go for a Willow now, which is what I want. Let's go for a Shadow Claw again. Brings us down to half. I'm going to... He's gone for Shadow Claw twice. Is that his best move on Glow King right now? Or not Glow King, Galarian Wheezing? It is. It is the better move. We're going to hard swap into Cyclizar. We are at max HP. Cyclizar should be able to take pretty much anything this wants to throw at it now. Horn Leech is doing a good chunk of damage, but I believe Ice Spinner should be able to take it out or chip it. Yeah, Ice Spinner should be able to do a large chunk of damage, but I think U-turn might be better back into Glow King. So we're going to swap into Spyro. We'll swap into Spyro and then go for a U-turn. Let's go for the Shadow Claw, that's fine. I don't want this thing getting back much HP, so I think going for a U-turn is probably the best play here. So we're going to go for another U-turn. Potentially see a switch. Because he does want to... It seems like he does want to get a burn off on Spyro. We did bring a couple of very good physical attackers this week. Yeah, he's going for a Horn Leech here, for sure. Like I said before, London is very expendable in this matchup. Drain Punch is the last move. Okay. That did extremely little. Drain Punch is the last move, so Darkrai could potentially swap in on this thing at some point, but I don't want to. Now, with Wheezing here, we could go for a Strange Steam. I think a Strange Steam is the best play here. He's not going to get much HP back. His best move is Shadow Claw, and I want to see if he wants to go for it again or if he wants to predict the switch into Cyclizar. So we're going to go for a Strange Steam. And we do miss. Oh, man. Go straight for Shadow Claw again. He's trying to take us down. Okay. I don't know if I want to give him this just yet because I do want to keep Toxic Spikes on the field. How much is a Drain Punch doing to Spyro here? It's doing a massive amount of damage. I could go Darkrai. Darkrai would KO with Dark Pulse. Drain Punch is going to do less than Horn Leech. And Shadow Claw is going to do even less than that. I'm going to go into Darkrai. If he wants to predict... if he wants to predict to switch in on Cyclozar, that's fine. But we are Shoppleberry. So we do take a Drain Punch very well. He does go for Shadow Claw. It does very, very little. We can go for a free Dark Pulse here. Nothing on his team really enjoys a Dark Pulse, so we can go for it kind of free. It should do a lot of damage into whatever wants to come in. He does give us the Trevenant. Okay. He gives us the Trevenant. Venti. That's the Tornadus, isn't it? It is the Tornadus. Okay. So, Ice Beam does do massive damage. U-Turn will also do roughly 34 to 40%. Do I need health? Do I need health? Not a ton. The stuff that outspeeds me is the Bundle and the Regieleki, and I don't think I live anything from either of those. Regieleki, if it's like an offensive Thunderbolt set, or even... $52, Modest, Magnet. We do live a Thunderbolt, potentially. Maybe not after that, and we don't exactly KO it back, so I'm okay with going for an Ice Beam, or a knockoff here, and just take out this thing's item. We do a ton of damage here, and we get rid of the Assault Vest. That is big. U-Turn is going to take a chunk of damage out of us, but we force the Bundle or the Regieleki to show up in this instance. Potentially the Cryogonal as well. However, again, I don't think the Cryogonal does anything here. We do get rid of the Assault Vest on the Tornadus, which is huge. Because now, without that, Ice Beam knocks it out, potentially. We do see the Regieleki. Is it Boots? It is not Boots Eleki. That is good. That is so good for us. I think we can go straight into Swampert on this. If it wants to Rapid Spin, I think we're fine. It could be Screens. We are damp for Explosion. So we just go hard into Swampert here. We are Rindo Berry as well. An Earthquake does massive damage to whatever wants to come in. If it does want to Rapid Spin, that's fine. We do go into Swampert on this. Always Swampert. Regieleki cannot do anything to Swampert. Does go for Rapid Spin. That's fine. I expect a switch here. And Poison is going to slowly chip away at its HP. I do expect a swap. I kind of want to go for Stealth Rock here, because if he wants to go into Tornadus, we live a Grass Knot. We're going to go for Stealth Rock on the swap. This should be a swap. I don't see why he would stay in. I see no reason for him to stay in on this. He does swap, so we are going to get a free Rocks Up. Sir Charles, is that the Bundle? That is the Cryogonal. Okay. We do get Rocks Up. If he is double Rapid Spin, that would be crazy. I'm expecting a Freeze Dry out of Cryogonal. I think I sack Weezing here, potentially, because nothing else really likes it, and I want to get Hariyama in kind of free. I could probably go Hariyama anyway, and then knock off. I'm going to go do that. I'm going to do that. I don't believe Cryogonal gets anything. No. Cryogonal does not get anything that hits Hariyama, so we're going to go into Hariyama. We're not going to Terra. We're just going to hard swap because I don't want to risk a Freeze Dry. Regardless, I do not want to risk a Freeze Dry. We do see a Rapid Spin. He is double spin. What a bring. Double rapid spin. That's crazy. I'm going to knock off here because this thing does not do anything to me, and I don't know what wants to come in on this. Let me check. What wants to come in on Hariyama? Probably Glow King, right? Knockoff does massive damage to Glow King. It's going to take out whatever item Regieleki is. If Tornadus wants to switch in, it's going to take damage, and we can Terra for free. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Because even if we do Terra Dragon, Freeze Dry is doing 12 to 14%, and that's still fine, because this is Terra Water Bundle we're going up against. So we can go ahead and knock off for free here. We're not going to Terra. We're just going to knock off. He does swap. Does he swap into the Tornadus? He does swap into the Tornadus. That is fine. Our knockoff is going to do some good damage here, regardless of item or not. That did a good chunk. It did roughly 30, like high 30s percentage. High 30s percentage. We can Terra here, and if we do Terra, then everything does not do a whole lot of damage. We could Thunder Punch. We could Terra. I really like swapping into Spyro here, though. We're going to hard swap into Spyro. Spyro is usually our switch in on Tornadus. Does U-turn, that's fine. 35 down to 214. Jeez. That is definitely timid, no investment. Doc. Okay, so Weezing Galar comes in. Or not Weezing Galar, Glow King. I keep mixing up Mons. So defensive pivot. I kind of want to just go for a knockoff on this thing. If he wants the Thunder Wave, that probably is not good. I think a U-turn into... He might Chilly Reception here. He could U-turn or he could Thunder Wave or Chilly Reception. I think I'm gonna knock off. I want to get rid of this thing's item regardless of what it is. So I'm okay with getting paralyzed. What do we get rid of? We get rid of Black Sludge. Okay, no healing for this. No extra healing. And it does go for Chilly Reception. Okay. Now, this is probably the bundle. Bundle in Snow is annoying. But if it is Terra Water, we do have Thunder Punch. And it is Terra Water. It is the bundle. I kind of want to sack Weezing here, because I'll be able to see what he wants to go for. He is Terra Water, Iron Bundle. This is probably like Ice Beam or Freeze Dry. I want to see what he wants to lock himself into. Probably not Hydro Pump, and probably Terra Blast. If he wants to go for Flip Turn, sacking Weezing is my best play. Weezing, again, does not have a very good rest of the matchup. We did get Spikes up, so we did see Regieleki is not Boots. It might be Light Clay, I'm not sure. We can go ahead and remove Trevenant. I have not seen a lot of what else is left, and from what I can see here, London is just not going to do much, so we're going to sack it off real quick. I want to see what bundle set this might be. What he wants to go for. If he does Terra. He does Terra right away, so it is going to be the Terra Water. Terra Preview is so nice for that. Let's see what he wants to lock himself into here. I'm assuming he's going to knock us out. He does go for the Freeze Dry. Okay. That is fine, because now we can go into Hariyama for free. So we can go into Hariyama for free. He does not have a good Thunder Punch switch in. We can go for our Terra here, so that way we can resist his water moves and still be neutral to his ice moves. Freeze Dry is doing just under a third if he's specs, and if he's not, then he's doing even less than that. So we're gonna go for a Terra and Thunder Punch here, see what he wants to do. He does stay in, so he's either going for Terra Blast, if he's not, he might be going for Terra Blast, he might be going for Ice Beam, that would do more if he's not spexed. But if he does go for like Flip Turn, good play from him. He does go for Flip Turn, so he's not choiced. Okay, how much damage is this gonna do? We're at 450 to 385. 450, it's probably modest. It could be timid. 450, 385, 80, that did 14%. Flip turn. Venti. Ooh, we're gonna get a lot of damage off with Thunder Punch here. Thunder Punch. We do a lot of damage. We do a ton of damage. This is probably gonna be U-turn. I kind of wanna go for... I'm gonna swap. I obviously wanna stop. I'm gonna go into Electrolux though. We're gonna bait that bundle back out. He did pick his move very quickly. I'm assuming it's U-turn, because we do outspeed. But if it's not, it is U-turn. Okay, fair. Fair, 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 fair. Rotom is sort of useless, kind of, for the rest of this matchup. But it could be a potential Sackmon later. Sir Charles. This is the Cryogonal again. Okay, it's probably Freeze Dry as well. I'm tempted to go for a Light Screen. A lot of his mons are special. I'm gonna go for a Light Screen. We definitely live one unless he's spexed. He goes for Aurora Veil. I completely forgot this thing got Aurora Veil, I'll be honest. Okay. We do go for our own Light Screen. And the Snow stops. That was the last turn of Snow. I feel like I can go for a free Volt Switch here. We're going to go for a free Volt Switch. That might be Light Clay then. I'm assuming that's Light Clay. Light Clay, Rapid Spin. If he does go for Freeze Dry, we can get a free swap into Hariyama. We're going to Volt Switch. Does go for Freeze Dry. This is going to do a decent chunk. 288 to 200. So he did 31%. That's a low roll if he's max attack modest. He's probably timid though. Big Mike, Freeze Dry is not doing that much at all, and I can go for a Drain Punch for free. I'm going to go into Big Mike. He wants to go into Slowking Galar. Galarian Slowking. Drain Punch is not going to do much, but we would waste turns with it. I kind of want to go for an Earthquake, but at the same time, he definitely doesn't stay in. Do I double? He definitely doesn't stay in on this. There's no way he stays in on a Drain Punch. That's going to be the Glow King. I think I go hard into... Do I go hard into Swampert here? You know what? It can't hurt just to Earthquake here. I'm going to Earthquake, expecting that swap into Glow King. He does swap. If he goes into Glow King, this is an amazing swap. He goes into Venti. He caught me off guard. He caught me. I thought I got him. I thought I got him with that. Fair enough. He's going to get another U-turn off, though. I kind of like a Drain Punch here, because Drain Punch against Tornadus should do a good chunk of damage anyway. He's not going to do much to me, although I don't want a knockoff to come over my way, so I would rather just go into Cyclizar. Kind of force this thing to force him to make a decision. I did show Earthquake, which is annoying to show. Does U-turn, that's fine. I haven't seen him use anything but U-turn. I need to keep Hariyama healthy. If I can waste these turns, that would be awesome. He's probably doing the same thing. He's probably wasting turns with my Light Screen. We did not do that much damage with Electrolux on that Cryogonal either. Regardless if it was Aurora Veil or not. Let's go into Sir Charles. That is again the Cryogonal. Cryogonal on Cyclozar. Freeze Dry doesn't do that much damage at all. I can go for a knockoff for kind of free. If he wants to go for a Freeze Dry, that's fine. How many turns of Light Screen do I have left? This is my last turn of Light Screen. He probably has Light Clay. I want to get rid of that as soon as possible, so we're going to knock off. So I can go for the knockoff. We do get rid of the Light Clay, so we do have 3 more turns of that Aurora Veil, which is annoying. Freeze Dry does not do that much at all. That is no investment. This is fine. I can go for a U-turn here and get that HP back. We're going to U-turn. Probably going to Freeze Dry again. So I'm going to have to go into Big Mike or Darkrai. If I wanted to go into Darkrai, I probably could, but I don't like it. I'm going to go into Big Mike. Big Mike takes very, very little. That was a crit! Oh my gosh, that did so much damage. Okay. We go into Big Mike. Freeze Dry is going to do maybe 15%. Anywhere between 60 and 72 HP. We're at 385. He does 80. Okay, so he definitely does have some investment in there. Again, Drain Punch looks pretty free here. I have not shown it yet. I'm going to go for it. He goes for Freeze Dry again. That's fine. We tank that very, very well. We go for Drain Punch. We're going to get some HP back here. We're going to take down the Cryogonal. We do stay pretty healthy. He does go into the bundle, interestingly enough. Okay. Iron Bundle. It is not choiced. And it is Terra Water. He could go for another Flip Turn. I kind of like just going for a Thunder Punch here. I mean, we're not doing a lot of damage to this thing. I would rather go for a Drain Punch and try to get some HP back. If he wants to Flip Turn, that's fine. He does go for Freeze Dry. Okay. 267 to 177. 56 to 33. So that's 18%. The Aurora Veil wore off. That is huge. We did not do that. We did roughly a quarter, which is what the calc was telling me. We can go for another Drain Punch here. That Freeze Dry was not... That was probably a low roll Freeze Dry if he's timid. The most he can do is 108. Unless he's modest. I'm gonna go for another Drain Punch here. He goes for Flip Turn. Okay. 208 to 139. Okay. I don't like how much damage we're taking with Big Mike here. He probably goes into Glow King. No. He goes into Regieleki. Okay, that gives us so much damage. That gives us a lot of HP back, right? 250. All right, huge. And then Regieleki goes down to the poison. He gave us that for free. Weezing picks up a KO. Swampert's kind of expendable now. It's just the Regenerator Core, so Glow King does come out. Future Sights could do a decent amount of damage here. Earthquake does do massive damage back. It does not have an item anymore. It is at max HP. I kind of want to go straight into Rotom Wash here. He's probably going to Chilly Reception, right? He probably Chilly Receptions. I think we can go for an Earthquake. We're going to go for an Earthquake. If he swaps into Venti, that's fine. He does stay in. We're going to get a lot of damage off with Earthquake. Okay, that is physically defensive. And he does go for Sludge Bomb. Okay. That brings us down to 160 and we're poisoned. Not good. Okay. Physically defensive Blow King. Let's go for Sludge Bomb. I think we can go into Cyclozar kind of freely here. We're going to go into Cyclozar, into Spyro. This game might be turning against us with that poison. That was a very unlucky poison. With Spyro, we are at 244 HP. Let's see what he wants to go for. He does go for Chilly Reception. Boots Bundle, Ice Beam does do a lot of damage. We are at 244 right now. We're at 86%, so we can live an Ice Beam if he's timid. If he is modest, we definitely go down, or we could go down, but we would Speed Tie with it. And if he is Never Melt Ice or Mystic Water, this could work in our favor. We could knock it off to get damage. I think knocking it off might be our best bet. It does go into Bundle. Okay. If he is modest, Never Melt Ice, Ice Beam will always KO. But I think that's a risk I have to take, and I have to knock it off to make sure Freeze Dry doesn't KO us. He does go for a Flip Turn. Okay, so we're going to knock off... We're going to get some damage off on either the Glow King or the Tornadus, which I think is great. I hope he goes Tornadus so that we can chip it down a little bit more. He does. Okay. This should do some decent damage. Okay. Tornadus here. It is a pivot variant. Ice Spinner is going to do a good chunk of damage. I think I can go for an Ice Spinner for free because it outspeeds us. So I'm going to go for a U-turn. If he wants to go for another move, I think that's fine. I'm going to U-turn though. He does U-turn himself. Okay. We definitely do not live a Bundle, Ice Beam, or Freeze Dry now. But this all depends on what he wants to go into. He does go back into the Bundle. Okay. I could have knocked off again there, but I think this is fine too. Does Darkrai go down here? At 122 HP. 122 HP. Definitely goes down. We can go ahead and sack Darkrai. I think that's fine. We can kind of see if this is modest or timid with this. With the Snow up against Iron Bundle, Dark Pulse is a KO. We can go for that and see if he's modest or timid. I'm pretty sure he's timid, but it seems like he might be a different variant here. He goes for Hydro, and he's gonna miss! Oh, man! The RNG! RNG has blessed us again! Oh, what? I swear I did not make a deal with the devil here. Oh, I feel so bad about that miss. Oh my gosh. Dude, that's a brutal miss on Hydro. Oh man. That is a brutal miss with Hydro. Okay. U-turn does not kill us here, so we can go for an Ice Beam for free, because this thing does not have AV. Go for an Ice Beam. That does so much damage. He goes for Air Slash. Interesting. Okay. We do sack Darkrai. That is fine. That is fine. We have new found life. We can go into Electrolux for free here. We can go for a Thunderbolt. We can go for Thunderbolt here. If he wants to U-turn, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I think we do a ton of damage. We do a decent chunk of damage with Thunderbolt onto the Glow King. And we can go for a Light Screen right after as well. That did a good chunk of damage. Then again, this thing is physically defensive. I'm gonna go for a Light Screen here, I think, just to lessen the amount of damage. Yeah, we can go for a Light Screen here. That's fine. See if he wants the Chilly Reception. He goes for Sludge Bomb right away. Don't get the poison. He gets the poison. Oh my gosh. The amount of poison luck. The RNG luck has been all over the place this game. I think I can Volt Switch here. I'm gonna Volt Switch, and we're gonna go into Swampert. Bring it down to just under half. If he wants to go for another Sludge Bomb, that's fine. Swampert should be able to take that very, very well. We are very high in Spadef here. He's gonna do very little. He does go for the Chilly Reception. Ice Punch would be able to knock out the Tornadus if it does stay in and go for the Grass Knot, and Grass Knot is going to do very, very little. This should be able to knock out. Ice Punch should be able to knock this thing out. We're just going to go straight for it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If he wants to go for Grass Knot, that's fine. We live that. We got the Rindo Berry just for this reasoning. He goes for U-turn again. That's fine. We're going to get some more chip onto that Slow King. It is physically defensive, though, so it's going to be a little less chip than we want. And we get a freeze from Ice Punch! Oh, man. Okay, we're going to flip turn, I think. I could go for Stealth Rock if I want to. I'm going to go for Stealth Rock. He can't get rid of it. And we get a free freeze turn here. Unless he thaws. If he thaws, honestly, it'd be good if he did. He does not thaw. He swaps out. That's fine. We go for a free Stealth Rock. So every time Tornadus jumps in, it's going to lose a quarter of its HP, which is what we want. How much HP are we at? 268 on Swampert. 268. Tornadus. Grass Knot. It is Air Slash as well. I got to keep that in mind. Air Slash does not do that much. Grass Knot does not do very much at all because we do still have Light Screen up. We have another turn of Light Screen. So we can go for a free Ice Punch here and do massive damage. Does go for Air Slash. If he gets the flinch, that's feels bad. He does not. We get the Ice Punch off, and that's going to take down the Tornadus. And that was a crit. Oh, man. The amount of luck. Jeez, that is brutal. RNG is blessing me in this league for some unknown reason. I never get this amount of luck, ever. I swear, I did not make a deal with anyone. This is just how this game is going for me this week. It's going to do massive damage. It's going to stay frozen. And then Swampert will pick up the KO on Slowking Galar. Just typing that out now so I can have that all written down. Man, I honestly feel so bad for Soulblaze in this matchup. He got screwed with so much RNG throughout in the second half of the game. From the moment Bundle missed that Hydro, that essentially sealed his fate, and I could not feel any worse. Baldy got screwed with that kind of RNG last week too, and I swear I didn't make any deal or anything like that. That's just brutal. I loved the prep though. I was not expecting Trevenant. It did a lot more work than expected, and same thing with seeing dual rapid spin. That's very creative, and I love to see that, honestly. If you have not already checked out Soulblaze's channel, it is in the description with the other coaches for WPF Season 3 for the Delta Division. Go ahead and check out the team builder as well to see the reasonings behind some of these sets that we brought and some of the transactions that we made as well. I go over those transactions in that team builder video. Again, GG's, best of luck the rest of the season for Soulblaze, and I'll see you guys all next week for week 3. Skippy signing out. Peace.